All right, beautiful traders. Now we are here in week two, and I'm pretty happy about my result, but it can be so much better. So let's dive right into the chart. So as always, I usually trade gold and Bitcoin, BTC, USD, and sometimes I also trade one of these forex pairs. Okay, so right here, I deposited another $100 right over here. Okay, it was on the 16.6. And then literally I traded Bitcoin, gold, and then AUD, USD. And as you guys can see right here, I made some profit, got some loss, profit, profit, and loss, and big loss again on AUD, USD. So I want to break it down for the AUD, USD first and what I have done wrong. So let's jump right into it. All right, so we're here at AUD USD, and this was my mistake. So the reason why I thought that it is a buy, it's because of the breakout. Okay, so here was basically the 4 hour resistance level, and once I saw it did break out, I was like, now it's gonna come back down to the resistance into a support level, and then it's gonna shoot back up. But then I was totally wrong. And another thing is I didn't set up a stop loss. So that was one of my biggest mistake that I did. And yeah, it did plummeted basically. From here, it went back up. I was like, I'm gonna go into a profit right up here. But then, and then after that, it didn't really hit my stop loss because I didn't set up a stop loss. So it went literally through. And that's why I lost a lot of money from the 100 USD dollar, including the profits. The most important thing is you must set up a stop loss. You also need to figure it out where to set up a stop loss. And this was actually a pretty good stop loss, but I was just too greedy and hoping like, oh, it's gonna go back up again, right? But I was wrong. Okay, so right now, for the next coming trades, I literally put 0.01, 0.01, and I made some profits. Okay, I know it doesn't look good. It's like $1, but profit is profit, right? If it goes into your direction and you're making some profit, this is a good thing because then you really know how to analyze and not analyze by or trading by emotions, right? Or you're just bored or you just have plenty of time. Okay, so right over here, when I started trading Bitcoin and gold again, there was a coming back again to have more consistent profits. But then after that, I got into losses again. And I remember it was very emotional too. And I believe I had plenty of time and I really didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, just might as well just trade and take some risk, right? Yes, in trading, you always need to take some risk, but not stupidity risk or just because you're bored. And then I made some losses right over here. And then, as you guys can see, I literally blew up my account again. And I was really frustrated. I was like, I really don't want to lose money more. And then I decided to cut in half and only to deposit $50. But then all of a sudden it hit me again. I got in losses and losses and losses. Let me show you the entire history and then I'm going to show you the chart. And then right away I was like, let's do it again. Okay, so I literally deposited $50 after 30 minutes ish. Okay, as you guys can see the time right here. I was like, I gotta do this again. And then as you guys can see right here, there was a turnover. So obviously for USD CAD, I made a loss of $4.34. And then I traded gold again. Then all of a sudden I got 139, 105. Okay, gold again, then 33 with these low lots size. Okay, and then gold $4 and then I lost again, and then at this time I literally put my stop loss. Okay, so once you put your stop loss, you have a minimum effect on your trading account and you lose just a tiny bit. So then it went up well again. Boom, profit, gold, profit, and profit. And then I had my losses. I believe the 19th, it was Friday. Yeah, it is actually Friday. It is Friday. And usually, as I hear from other traders, never ever trade on Friday because you don't have much volume. In these days, because of Donald Trump, even on Friday, you have a lot of volume. So it depends. If you really know, you see the opportunity, and you can tell there will be a lot of volume coming in during the London session and New York session, then why not? As long as you see the opportunity, as long as you have setting up your stop loss, you can trade on Fridays as well. I'm still on Friday. I got profit here. I got profit there. Stop loss hit. And then $86, 39, 32. And as you guys can see on the dates, it's still on the 19th that I traded. Yes, I do trade a lot. Mainly that I really want to gain more profits. And in order to show myself and to you guys that it is possible to start up with only $50, with $100 to gain now 407 USD dollar. But anyways, like let's look at the chart and then you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so we are here on gold, and as you guys can see on the daily time frame, I pretty much took all the time sell, 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 sells. So the 4 hour, here you guys see my profits and losses. So I prefer going over to the 1 hour time frame so you guys can see it more clearly. I took a sell right over here, boom. And I took a sell right over here. I only had a smaller profit, but then I realized that it may go back up. And then I manually close my position. So right here, I got my losses. And then I took a buy right over here. Okay, I had my profit as well and went up. And I don't know why I missed it. So it was okay, it was on the 17th. So I didn't play for some reasons. And then right here on the 18th, right, it was on Thursday. So I took a sell right here, and I took a sell right there. I took a sell right here, a sell right here, but then I got stopped out. A buy, a sell, and now we are here on Monday on the 26th. I'm sorry, we are not here on the 26th. We're on the 22nd. So now we're here on the 22nd. And for Bitcoin, okay, for Bitcoin was a roller coaster as well. And here was my trades. Right here, I wanted to buy. Yeah, thank you so much. 2 times I hit stop loss. And then I'm not quite sure. I believe I did put a stop loss and it didn't get hit. Okay, it's supposed to hit, but then I got into profit. So I closed my position. It went back up, went back down, went back up, and I got into profit, profit into buy, and then I left it as it is. There is a way how you can make money. Yes, with a smaller account, as I said before, and you really need to control your emotion using the time management, which session is actually one of the sessions that you are able to trade. And it is actually true. Most of the time during Asia session, for example, right here, you only see consolidation and setups because it will consolidate and set up for the next session in order to hit a big move. But it is not always like that. For example, on Friday, if we go back on gold on Friday, it went up. Okay, there was no consolidation. There was basically no setup of the consolidation. It just went up. And then during the London session, it went down. And then during the New York session, it went up and then went down again. So never ever follow on one set rule. This is what I have learned. Yes, many different traders, they have like different strategies. You must follow this and wait and wait and wait. But sometimes the market changes. Okay, so you have to adapt and you need to have to figure it out. Like, wow, nowadays, every Friday, there's always a big move. So yes, you can trade on Fridays and even during the Asia session, but you really need to understand the market and your own pair. So I'm very familiar with gold, but I'm not really too professional. There are other traders out there who knows about gold much better than I know. But from my vision, from my experience, where I can make money from gold, it's good enough for right now. But obviously, I would like to learn more. So this was a summary. If you really guys want me to break down the trades, when I trade, how I think, please comment down below, and I can set up for you And that will be it. So as always, you execute, you gain, you succeed. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.